Hello. Welcome to my thoughts for the week. A little bit later than usual, but I've been a bit busy, so you'll have to forgive me. So, I'll just jump right into it. Not much to really say about anything else. I've played and beaten two games this week besides my comfort games. I played Hotline Miami, which was very fun. Fun and frustrating, but frustrating in a fun way. How quickly you can go into it to each level and you just die, right? You can die, 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 die. But it loads back up very quick. You respawn in very quick. You start again quick. And you just go in it again. And sometimes you'll die to the same thing multiple times. Then you'll get a little farther in the level. And then you just die at something new. And then sometimes you'll die to something old. And maybe something like the enemies will behave slightly differently and it'll get you. But I would say I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was not fun to be frustrated, but it was a fine frustration. And going through it was it was pleasant. It didn't take me very long to beat, and I didn't bother doing anything side stuff. I didn't have any interest. I would almost compare it to like a puzzle game in some ways. While the enemies did have a slight variation of randomness to them, for the most part, if you did something and it worked, it would work most of the time for each room as you progressed and for each area that you progressed through. So I could see it being something that if you were into, you could go through it and optimize quite a bit and increase your times and speed and score and whatever else. My kitty that just left the room. Um, Not much else to say. It didn't take me very long to beat. I looked up on how long to beat, how long it would take to beat. It said 6 hours. I did it in a little under two. But I also didn't do anything aside stuff like I said. I would recommend it. I would probably recommend it on full price because I think it's a fairly cheap game, but I could be mistaken. Besides that, I also did Halo ODST, which also took me not quite as long to beat as I thought. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'd actually tried to beat the game before several times, and each time, for some reason, I just hadn't been able to get into it, but this time I just did it in one sitting, essentially. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I could really compare it to the other Halo games, though. How much I could really say about it. I I'm not the biggest fan of Halo games, but got the Master Chief collection, so I decided to go through and beat all the ones that are on there. And I want to say I think the first Halo, is still my favorite. I think it just had something to it that I enjoyed. But Halo ODST was fine. I would not say. I would say that if you had the Master Chief collection, it was worth playing through the campaign. I know usually the Halo games are for multiplayer, or a lot of people will go through and play a lot of the multiplayer, who play the games at least. I'm not very interested in that aspect, so I can't comment. You may or may not get a lot more mileage out of it. Although it's been out for a while now, and multiplayer games usually just lose players, so I don't know how it's doing in that regard. But I did enjoy it. I could recommend it. So there's that. I've also, of course, been playing the MMO of choice, Final Fantasy XIV Online, still. I beat Shadowbringers, and now I'm on to Shadowbringers patch content. It, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Um, I think it did turn around a bit for me. If you listen to my other videos, I didn't say it was bad, but some of the storytelling, the way they do it, is not my favorite in some spots. Or not the storytelling, but some story beats, I should say. But the end of Shadowbringers really brought it up. Once it hit this certain stride, it just seemed to like go up and up and up, 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 up. So I'm looking forward to how the patch questing and Endwalker go. Besides that, my plans for the week are to try and beat Hotline Miami 2 and Halo 4. I'll see how that goes. Depends on how much I potentially suck and just how long the games are. And I think that's about it for me. If you want to leave comments on what you've played for the week, I'd be interesting to hear. And that'll be it. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and, like I said, just leaving a comment potentially about what you played for the week. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, there it goes. Man, looking into the camera and seeing where my hand is actually is kind of hard. Bye bye.